Alright, today we're gonna go over Kraub Sinkhole and then Poseidon Armory with some tips and tricks and basic how to play this map. Because I don't know if you guys played the map tutorials, but they're not feeling it for me, Chief.
They don't really teach you how to play them, unfortunately.
Yeah, it teaches
The
you like the
tutorials
bare
kind of
bones
do.
of the objective, but not really. It kind of feels like they're YouTube videos where they tell you about the map, but they don't really show you what's on the map. So this is kind of like domination or king of the hill, where you have to go to these points and then you have to press the F key, interact key, in order to capture it. People can interrupt you while capturing, but when you have it captured, you defend it. So there's this top area that is symmetrical to the other side in some way. It's not 100% symmetrical, but it is pretty symmetrical. Here's a great point to snipe early on, or here if you're a sniper, Narukami, and then Aquila usually flies above. These platforms can be destroyed if you shoot at them with enough damage, and they will break. So they also move up and down occasionally. So the purpose of this game mode is to go to these capture points, hit F key to capture it, and then when you have it fully captured, you have to defend it from the enemy team. So if the enemy team tries capturing it now, you just have to shoot to interrupt. And that's the important thing. It's recommended to fight over areas that you know you can take over, and not over areas that you won't win. If there's a welcome box, you can use Panaka's walls or a full charged Serenit's orbital in order to shoot through. Also, Lumi's corruption drones go through the welcome box. So that's really important to remember.
Also, stun drones do.
Yeah, Hell's stun drone, we just found out, also go through. So, as a Panaka, if you see a point captured and they have 1 or 2 people on it, you're not gonna take that point unless you can guarantee that you're gonna kill those 2 people, because they're going to interrupt and annoy you. You can build a house if you wanted to, and then you can try capturing it through the wall. It is a method, but also you leave yourself kind of trapped if they decide to jump on top of you and do all sorts of shenanigans. Keep an eye out for Korite on the map. So here's a really good place. Usually when I play a melee, I will boost up into this area and get the Korite. Additionally, I have seen other players, they like running off to the sides in the beginning to do a flanking maneuver. And also, these platforms can be destroyed, as you see here. Additionally, if you're trying to avoid getting hit or hurt, you can go underneath and come out the other side, which is very rat-like, and I like doing it. Serenith can use the grapple on the capture points from a fair distance, and then can also use the mist to also prevent target lock-ons, which is great for capturing the point. Remember that a kill is worth, I think, 3 points. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And
And then
test that out real quick.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's killing me. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
We should have been the one since we didn't have a point.
Yeah, let me kill someone. Let me kill the welcome.
I'm all dead, so
Yeah, there we go. Ooh. So we're at 84 to 87, so that's 3 points right there. A kill's worth 3 points. That is not the most effective way to get points. The more effective way, because a triple cap gives you 10 points. As you see, they got 397, 407. So you don't want them to have a triple cap. If they do have a triple cap, it's recommended to storm rush the whole team to get the side flanks and then the middle. You always want to capture the middle point because this is the easiest place to launch an offensive on either Bravo or Charlie. So on these capture upload data points or upload data site maps, you definitely want to keep control of Alpha. Because right now, even though that we have Bravo and Charlie, if their team is in the middle or just recently spawning, they can easily launch an offensive to take over Bravo and Charlie. So split, pushing and holding Bravo and Charlie isn't necessarily the ideal move. There's Korite crystals on the map, as well as raw unrefined Korite crystals. It's recommended to use them. If you fall down here and you're a big heavy boy, it's recommended to use the elevators or charge up via the crystals to get up, because the elevator does take some time, as you can see.
Another thing to note, though, kind of like what happened to us in a previous game. If you see that your whole team is fighting over a point that clearly is not going to get captured by either side, as we had a game that we were fighting, no kidding, for A for a solid 2 to 3 minutes, if not longer, and nobody was going towards B and C. If this is happening, don't just sit there at A. Go capture the other points, peel off, go get them, and defend those points. Do not ever leave a point undefended unless you know that enemy team is wiped out and you are needed elsewhere. But for the most part, if, say, I have to go capture C right now, if I capture it, especially as a Welkin, I'm going to capture it and I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to move. Even though you may be tempted to, even though you may be getting these urges to kill other people on the enemy team, don't do it. Because the moment you leave, somebody else is going to come on over and they're going to take that point. And once they take that point, you're going to lose and you're going to fall behind.
Yeah. It's recommended
Now-
to backdoor capture a lot of things, especially if you're stealth or aerial. With a lot of flight, specifically Alfred, he can backdoor the fuck out of a lot of things. So if the enemy team is dumb enough to leave a point, you know, non-defended, you can definitely go in and just steal it really easy as a Alfred, Sky Raider, Falcon, and even as a melee. Or Invis. Especially Stellaris. Stellaris can rat the fuck out of this.
Now, one of the things you can do with Hell is you can actually go right underneath the enemy team's nose. So say Welkin's here, Stellaris is mid. Right? I can, as Hell, I can copy a Welkin, and now I can head over to A. And if Stellaris is over there, he can't target me while I'm cloned. So I can actually just capture this right underneath their nose.
There is a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of water on the map. I don't know if there's enough to get the debuffs.
No.
There is.
Oh,
There is one spot.
Oh, there's one spot.
Oh yeah, the one
Yeah.
where you're like mostly covered. Yeah.
If you see in the
Right.
bottom left of my screen, it says ballistic damage down, energy damage down, and mobility reduced. Yeah, it's because you're in the water. Don't be in the water. It's very bad for you. Unless you really need to avoid the enemy team, but they can still FCS lock on to you. The only other thing to note is that there were elevators or platforms that move back and forth between Bravo and Charlie to Alpha. Those are interesting places that you can camp on or go turret form on. Like that thing right there.
There are also elevators at that basin area that'll take you back up to the main level. So you don't have to burn all your boost energy if it's nearby. But sometimes you don't have the time to afford and you need to get back up to the fight.
Yeah. It's always recommended to pay attention to the score and pay attention to who has what. You do not want the enemy to have a triple cap, because then they'll get 10 points, and that is not going to help you get any points. And that's an easy way to lose. If there's a point difference, I think mathematically of 200 to 700, the team with 700 is going to win unless the team with 200 gets a triple cap. So if you're
And
down by
change
like
it.
500 points, you need a triple cap in order to win. Remember that. Obviously, don't die because that gives points to the enemy team. Anyone have anything else to add for Kraub Sinkhole?
Don't throw your head. Don't beat your head against the wall and just keep charging into a team. Go capture the easy points. Defend them as much as possible while the majority of your team moves on to another one to cap.
I have one more thing to add. As you had mentioned the other day while observing a replay of when we were playing,
Yeah.
if your team has 2 out of the 3 nodes and you are winning, just because you are winning does not mean you go full murder hobo and start chasing people down on the enemy team. Because the moment you start doing that and you stop defending, oh boy, does it turn around very quickly. And that's immediately what had happened to us.
Yeah.
We
You
had
lose
half their
momentum and I
team chase one person into their spawn point.
It was 4 people.
We lost every, oh yeah.
Yeah.
We lost every single cap and we lost the game. Do not do that. Defend the points. People will come to you. I promise you will get your kills. You will satiate your bloodlust. Defend your points.
Additionally, it's good to regroup with your team and then advance and heavy push on one side in order to get it. If you're fighting over a point that you don't control, it's not recommended to fight over that point if you don't control, if you're not going to guarantee a win. However, if you do control that point, then fighting over that point to interrupt is very crucial, because interrupting their capture still gives you the points per tick. So it's better to defend than be on the offensive if you can, and if the score allows, if that makes sense.
defend as long as possible, delay them as much as possible. But if it's a losing fight, just keep poking as you retreat. Try to save your life as much as possible while keeping that point.
All right, Poseidon Armory, that's the other map.
The Sonic the Hedgehog level with all the water.
Yeah, the water music.
Ready to strike.
Your striker can't drown, but it does not benefit from being in the water.
Proceeding on board.
It's important to know.
Start drowning.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are going to be watching this video and they're going to be like, what are they talking about? I'm too young for that.
I don't know what you
Bro,
said.
that level's music is classic, man. It was a banger.
Ice level as well.
Start drowning, immediate anxiety attack is what that
Immediate
is.
Exactly. That first time
PTSD.
get the PTSD.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like
I don't know the song, so
so at the beginning of the spawn, it is recommended to fly into the center right here on this platform, or else then you're going to drop at the very bottom, and then you can fly up here, but it's recommended to drop here. And then you can contest. You can break the sides. It does take a while to break the sides. What is easier is to just drop down from the top and then break this. You can also break it a lot easier by, oh, I guess yeah, jumping up through it. Yeah, there are side points. These are where flyers and snipers usually hang out in order to get a vantage point. Here, people will fight on top of the platform, and it's also a good vantage point to interrupt, but not for capturing necessarily. So unless you can guarantee a kill, it's not recommended on the offensive to be here, but on the defensive, it's really great because you can just easy interrupt. A thing to note about this platform in the center is that over time, it slowly sinks. I don't know if you see it, but it's slowly going down. And as it goes down, the water stays where it's at. So it feels like the water is rising, but it's actually the center platform, center area that's actually sinking down to it. And you don't want to be in the water because your water adaptability modifier for all strikers is pretty trash. Ballistic damage down, energy damage down, mobility reduced. And it's just a pain to get out, especially if you're a heavy dino bro like Tricera or Stego. It's highly recommended not to be there. There's also side areas. These fans can be destroyed. If you want to destroy them, you don't really need to in order to use this access point. and then you can contest the side objectives when they pop up. So normally on Poseidon and Kraub Sinkhole, Alpha will open up and people will fight for that. And then after a little bit, Bravo and Charlie will open up. So debate whether or not you want to keep fighting for Alpha, or if you want to get a side capture and then go back to fighting for Alpha. Consider it, or defending the side capture that you get. There's plenty of hiding areas that you can be in, and little nooks and crannies that you can hide through, play around in. From the top here, you can drop down. So there's areas where you can drop down quickly and then go to the capture points from both sides. That applies for both Bravo and Charlie. You guys have anything else to add?
If you can, knock a flyer into the water.
Oh,
They
yeah.
will not be able to fly, and it's all around a bad experience for them.
Yeah, if you're running away from a sniper, don't be in the water, and flyers can't transform in the water, so that's always good to knock a flyer down in the water, especially as a melee.
I think also depends on what level your adaptability is for water.
Yeah, there's different aquatic adaptabilities for different strikers, so it gives different debuffs or different percentage debuffs.
So Stellaris is A, so I only have ballistic and energy damage down. I don't have anything else.
I got mobility reduced on mine. I'm probably B.
Yeah.
B or C or something.
Goes all the way down to, I believe, E.
Let me see what mine is. Hold on. Ballistic damage, energy damage, mobility reduced. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good to be a heavy in the water.
Yeah.
Or a flyer.
I think Stellaris is one of the very few who has aquatic A right now.
Maybe
if not
Lumi?
the only one.
Lumi might.
Yeah, Lumi might be A as well.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the basics. Just capture the point. Notice that the center goes down. There's ways to break the sides.
I would also be careful of stealth capture and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's another thing to know. Because a lot of people I know complain about, oh, the Narukami or the Stellaris took the point from me. I didn't see it. That is a blatant lie. Because whenever they do stealth cap, so somebody come over here, cap this,
Yeah, I'll
please.
cap it.
There is an outline of each of those strikers when they start to cap and a red ring around them.
So if
You
he's
have
in invis,
plenty of time.
you can
to
see it.
interrupt that person.
And his sheen, you can see both.
Yes.
As long as you're close enough, you see the machine. If you're far away, I believe you just see the red ring forming.
The other thing, Bravo and Charlie, they have a little sort of platform that they're on that you can capture from. If you're a sniper with energy damage or even Inferno, you can shoot past this, which is highly recommended. If you're Stego or Welkin, you can interrupt by shooting the ground if you don't have FCS lock on. So if I was to capture this, and then Vaya with your Welkin, if you can interrupt me by shooting the ground. See? Look. That is a great way to interrupt. And you don't even have to engage. You just have to prevent them from capturing it. So you just interrupt all day. It is a little more difficult when there's 3 people on a capture point and you're trying to interrupt. But do the best that you can. Anyone, other tips?
Use this map's advantages as much as possible.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There
terrain
is a
features.
lot.
A lot of places where you can ambush from. A lot of places where you can hide from, too. Highly recommended to use the map to the fullest ability to explore it. Take cover when needed. Know what kind of damage can hit you past the cover that you're in, or if it's just concealment. Especially if it's energy damage. As you see here, the map, the center part is now fully immersed into the water. This happens in the later half of the game when there's like 5 minutes left on the clock. And then it's just pure pain in order to grab the point because anyone can sort of interrupt you. Even if you're in the water, everyone suffers here, but you can't interrupt. It's really annoying to fall down, so try not to. Unless you're trying to run away and scurry away like a rat. Survival is important. More important than being called a rat, so if you have to be a rat, be a rat. If you stay alive, you can play objective. If you're dead, you can't play objective. So whatever you do, staying alive is more important than necessarily killing the enemy team unless it's a very high prio target, like maybe like a Serenith or something. Or the healer. It's recommended not to sacrifice yourself in vain. Yeah, the same points thing applies from Kraub to Poseidon Armory. So keep in mind of that. And when you die, you do spawn in the same area, and you do have a choice of either going into the middle platform or dropping down below.
I'll make this quick.
There are elevators here, but, you know, I honestly never use them, because at that point I could just boost up, waste my energy. And then you can launch an offensive to either Bravo or Charlie. If you're going for Alpha, though, middle platform is the way to go, and then going from the top.
Panther, diving into ambush.
Any other tips, advice, counsel?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not really.
Covered everything. Remember to focus objective. That helps you win the game.
Defeat.
Yep. I feel like that covers the basics of both of those maps.
Welcome ain't
I want to
something
say it's data nodes because we're seizing data nodes, so it's the objective is data nodes.
Yeah, whatever they're called.
Yeah, it's
Data upload, but
data upload. Well, isn't the key the data upload? We are
hold on one second.
we're capturing data
The key
nodes.
is yeah.
Yeah, we are capturing data nodes to upload and sync that research data with, I don't know, either Thea's Vanguard or Miss from Matrix. Just know that like the game's objectives are a little different from other traditional games because you can't just like stay in King of the Hill and then control it. There's other game modes with it, and then there is a modifier where
I
you have
just
to hit
go off
F to
of what
interact.
the map is called.
Yeah. So, Kraub and Poseidon Armory are the maps that we just played. Or Kraub Poseidon Armory. And those you have to capture the BAC or ABC. And yeah, hold them. Domination, you might want to call it that. Data nodes, you might want to call it that. I'm not really sure the official terminology, to be honest, because you're capturing data nodes to upload data, but I don't want you to confuse it with the other data uploads.
Yeah, I am Misra and Vigil Embrium is launch key.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone feel good about that? Any other questions or closing remarks?
No, pretty much covered everything for that one.
Solid.